When the stars are all burned out, and human beings are but fairy tales told by robots, somewhere there will be a list of the toughest women who ever lived. Near the top will be Sergeant Maria Oktyabrskaya, the first woman to win the Hero of the Soviet Union award, and her tank, Fighting Girlfriend. During World War II, her army officer husband, Ilya, was killed in action. In response, Maria sold literally all of their belongings in order to buy a tank. She then wrote Stalin the following letter. My husband was killed in action, defending the motherland. I want revenge on the fascist dogs for his death, and for the death of Soviet people who tortured by the fascist barbarians. For this purpose I have deposited all of my personal savings, 50,000 rubles, to the National Bank in order to build a tank. I kindly ask to name the tank Fighting Girlfriend and to send me to the front line as a driver of said tank. Stalin wrote back pretty quickly and said, yes.
Hello everyone and welcome to another World of Tanks console video. My name is Zach, and today we'll be looking at the tank review for the Fighting Girlfriend T-34 Soviet Tier 5 medium tank. So, again, bringing up my tank similarly to the Tanks GG website. You guys might be more familiar with that, so this will make it easier. So as far as what console, everything on here is console stats. Again, the Fighting Girlfriend is a console exclusive tank, so we'll make this things a lot easier. The tanks in this comparison will be the Fighting Girlfriend T-34 against the standard T-34. And right off the bat, you'll notice right away, a lot of the stats very similar. There's only very few differences that you can point out between the Fighting Girlfriend and the T-34, and those might be the differences that are welcomed and are more looked forward to by those who actually like the tank. So, again, most of the stats very similar. Both mediums, both Russian, have the same firepower stat. Both use the same 76mm, same base reload, effective reload, exactly the same, all the way down. EPM, very similar. Again, they're using the exact same caliber guns. All the stats from the guns themselves are the same. This way, at least you know exactly what you're getting yourself into if you've ever driven the Tier 5 medium non-premium tank, the T-34, all-arounder, I guess, and the only one that leads into all the other medium tanks that the Soviets are very well known for. You can look all these over. I'm giving enough time, hopefully, that you can comparably see each stat, even on the deep, from down to the DPM, the aim time, the depression, the dispersion, the elevation. All of them are exactly the same as the 76mm on the standard T-34. But we start getting into some differences down here when we get to the hull traverse speed, where the Fighting Girlfriend actually has a faster hull traverse speed. This way you can actually turn the tank a lot faster to catch up to enemies that are trying to circle you, but by that point it could be too late. Who knows? The turret traverse on the standard T-34 actually is better than the Fighting Girlfriend. Why, I'm not too sure, but hey, gotta keep something a little bit better, not too overpowered from its standard counterpart. The mobility stat, again, roughly the exact same tank, just slight differences. Not too sure why, but the standard T-34 actually gets a better stat by just 1 point to the Fighting Girlfriend. Who knows, Russian biased never ceases to amaze me. And they're both Russian, that's the odd part. So, engine power 500. The power to weight ratio on these tanks, the standard T-34 beats it out with a 17.07 compared to the 16.95 of the Fighting Girlfriend. The fire percent chance is 15%, and this actually is very good. Standard on most tanks is about 20%. Can vary, can go a little bit higher. 10% being the lowest I've seen to date, and that would be on the Tier 8 Japanese premiums. I don't think I've seen anything lower than on those, with being 10% on those versus 15, but this might make the difference as far as you choosing to put the premium consumable or fire extinguisher. Your choice, of course. Forward speed, the standard T-34, 56 kilometers, only 1 kilometer more than the Fighting Girlfriend, but this actually makes up for as far as the terrain resistances go. You might not notice the difference between both tanks moving side by side, but your opinion may vary on that one. Again, I didn't notice the enough difference from it as far as the standard versus the Fighting Girlfriend. The reverse speed, the average for most tanks is 20 kilometers, and that is no difference for these tanks. Again, the terrain resistance come into a factor here. 1 for the hard surfaces, 1.3 being both medium, and 1.9 beating out the standard T-34. The Fighting Girlfriend is putting up a decent fight. These stats might make the difference as far as you choosing this tank for your for purchasing, or choosing to use the standard just to grind through. It's up to you completely. So survivability stat goes 1 point higher than the standard T-34. Again, that might come down to the hit points actually being 480 versus the 450 you get on the standard T-34, and the slight armor thickness difference that you get on the tank. These make a little bit more difference, and you can definitely see the ones down here that are highlighted as well, but we'll get to it. So, hull armor on the front, 45. Hull armor on the sides. The standard T-34 actually has better side armor than the Fighting Girlfriend at 45. But again, tier 5, you're not really looking to side scrape a lot. Against higher tier tanks, most of them will overmatch your side armor. You're pretty much looking to only use the side armor of this tank for facing lower tiered opponents or other tier 5. Hull armor to the rear is bolt 40. Again, there shouldn't be that much difference. It's roughly the same tank, but variances are variances. Turret armor, and you will notice the turret armor on the front of this and on the sides is 52 compared to the 45 on the standard T-34. And they might not seem like a difference, but if you later on in the video when you look at the tanks, the main difference you'll notice right away for the standard compared to the Fighting Girlfriend is that it doesn't have the large commander's hatch on top of the tank, the turret of the tank. So that might be why it's a little bit better in that case. I'm not exactly sure, but again, that tier 5, you're not really looking to expose your turret all that much. You're trying to stay hidden unless you're a heavy tank. Both being mediums, you don't really want to expose them at all. Bolt turret armor says 45 to the rear. Not too bad. Again, T-34 all-arounder, not looking to brawl against anyone. So always stay in a little bit of a formation. Concealment stat, 0.53. Again, the exact same tank. I'm a little bit disappointed that nothing improved over this for the Fighting Girlfriend, considering it is. But you can apply camos to it the same way you would to the standard version. You will be able to notice that when you go into the customization of the tanks, you'll still be able to apply camo for each each variant of weather or terrain, whatever you choose. You can do it. The emblem and inscription are just what comes on the tank, and it does not affect a camo, or it does not have a unique camo of it. Alright, so the spotting stat, and this is where the Fighting Girlfriend takes its own stance and actually stands out from the standard T-34 being 70 over 62. That is 8 points of difference. Makes a huge difference in as far as being able to outspot your opponents with a 365 base view range. This is important because this is the stat you want to take the most advantage of as far as being knowledgeable about. With your bonuses that you can apply, that are right here in case you were wondering, and I didn't discuss this, how to apply your bonuses as far as your rammer, your vent, your brothers in arms, or all bonuses at the same time. You can use this as far as a small guideline to being able to tell you what your view range or anything on this as far as statistics go on your tank. So view range, radio range being the same. View range is where the T-34 Fighting Girlfriend stands out. This is key in as far as being able to use this tank effectively and separates it a lot more from the T-34 than you would imagine. We'll get into a video about that. You'll be able to notice the view range perfectly taken advantage of later on, so hopefully you notice that right away. Tank costs and premium bonuses. This is where the tank normally comes into play, whether you choose to purchase a tank or you think the tank is actually worth it. The bonuses are where people go when they want to know as far as what tank bonus that you need. Do you want something to grind silver? Do you want something to grind XP? This tank has a little bit of averaging both. 48% for silver bonus, 45% for XP bonus. Again, this is exactly what you buy your premium tanks for. Either to grind silver or to grind XP, crew train, that sort of stuff. While the standard tanks don't include any of that, elite version does allow you to convert experience, but again, premium's premium. So tank costs 2,300 gold, 356,700 silver for the standard T-34. Considering there's not that much difference between the tank, and there's only a few points the tank actually beats out the standard tank, it all comes down to you whether or not you'd like to purchase this tank. One of the things that I should mention as far as the Fighting Girlfriend goes is that it includes its own standard perk when you purchase the tank, which is the track mechanic skill. You get to start off with a crew that already has a perk on it. That could be the difference. Most people will probably take that and swap that out for the Sixth Sense perk and just retrain track mechanic, or Brothers in Arms as their secondary perk. That is totally up to you. As far as my personal experience with it is, better off using a different commander. But bought the tank for the reason of owning Maria Briskaya because of the track mechanic skill and because of this. Historically, the tank is accurate to what it's being sold as. Personally, I think that's where the disappointments start. But we'll save that for the commentary after the video. Let's get stuck into some gameplay.
We have to take and hold the marked objective. Get to it.
So, care to have your own very cheap and affordable fighting girlfriend T-34? Let's get to it. First, take your standard T-34 purchased from the tank tech tree. Swabble over to the tank customization if you have that coupon. Change to female. Then, select any portrait you would like to represent your tank commander. I chose that one. Third, go over to the name. Click. Then, simply choose the name. First name, Maria. It's gonna take me a while to spell this out. Give me a second. I'm getting there. I'm a slow typer. Very simple. Enter last name. Alright people, you're giving me those stares. I don't like that. Takes a while to write this out on freaking Xbox. Give me credit, damn it. Credit, I say. Oktia Briskaya. So, little bit. Misspelling. Damn. So, I don't know what happened here. Maybe Wargame blocked you from actually copying the name, but here's the cheat for it. Spam A until you can't. No, I'm kidding. After giving up on spamming A, it's pretty simple. Delete a letter. I'm still spamming A. Hold on. Give me a second. Nope. No. Okay. I see your chances there, Wargaming. Try a symbol. Nope, that won't work either. Oh, okay. Alright. Not bad. Go back. Fixed. There we go. What do you say? Huh? Now you can never stop me. Maria Oktia Briskaya. Without the A. But you get my point, people. You get my point. It's very simple. Go over. Select your language. Finally, accept free. Done. Welcome, Maria Oktia Briskaya. I keep thinking, I know I'm saying that wrong, but you know, Russian, English, very hard. There you go, folks. Your very own legendary tank commander, or hero tank commander. Oh, we're not finished yet. T-34 inscriptions. Simply scroll down to Fighting Girlfriend, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Wargaming decided to put it in the game. Because inscriptions, man. Inscriptions. Don't care for a premium or permanent version? Go for 30 days. I vowed for the 7 days just for the purposes of this video. Pretty simple. Not that hard. And far more affordable than spending actual gold on the tank. I don't know if this was intended or if this was unknown to Wargaming, but this is the free version. The more affordable version. The only difference being the perk. And guess what, Wargaming? It's not a legendary perk. It's a skill / perk that you can actually put on your tank. If you already have a crew with a perk or skill, simply swap it out for, get this, track mechanic. The exact perk you get on purchasing this tank. What the hell? I don't understand that. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The very simple way to earn or own your very own free Fighting Girlfriend tank. Version 2.0 with customizable loadout. As far as the gun goes anyway. The 57mm or the 76mm. You be the person and judge as far as that goes, but I don't know if it was intended. But wow, Wargaming, I'm actually severely disappointed in that. That was fairly easy to do and bypass. And there you go. I have nothing else to comment on that. Have fun.
without you.